I really appreciate the question. The County Commission is a really unique role where we have a lot of budgetary responsibility, but not a lot of direct oversight responsibility. So there are a number of countywide elected officials that we collaborate with, from the district attorney to the sheriff, to our county clerk. And we must collaborate with the municipalities throughout Douglas County, as well as the rural townships and unincorporated areas. So when it comes to the County Commission's role, I think a big piece of what we can do is think about our collaborative efforts on how we work together to create the kind of community that businesses want to locate in, want to stay in, and want to promote high-income jobs in. A big piece of this to me is making sure that we're thinking really strategically about our 2040 plan and making sure that we're having the right balance of density infill within Lawrence so that we have a thriving urban community here in Lawrence, and we're thinking about keeping some of our rural areas for that agricultural land that's incredibly important to our community. And so we're thinking through what kind of environment do people want to live in, what kind of communities do folks want to stay in. We're a university town in Lawrence, and we want to make sure that we're keeping a lot of our local talent here. And the way that we do that is by having high-paying opportunities for students to come in and stay in. So it's our job to collaborate with our municipalities, with the chamber, with all of the local businesses to ensure that we have the kind of environment where businesses can thrive. And that means that we have a diversity of experiences, a diversity of voices in decision-making rooms that know how to work across these boundaries of public organizations, public institutions, elected bodies, and our local business community. Thank you.
So the County Commission has a variety of roles in economic development, and part of that is partnering with the City of Lawrence and the Chamber and other entities in how we move forward with that. Kind of a first pass at the safety net services within our county during a recession are going to be important as we make sure that people don't fall into a situation that they have trouble recovering from. But beyond that, we also have a lot of ways to look at diversifying our economy. So we know we have a few kind of structural weaknesses in our economy. We have over-relying on the service industry, which is why COVID has hit our county especially hard, with about 1/5 of our workforce filing for unemployment. And we have a high reliance on KU, which so far has been stable, but will start to have difficulties there also in an employment realm. So diversifying our employment will be an important step that the county needs to have a role in. Johnson County hasn't had nearly the vulnerability to COVID that we've had, in part because they have a higher rate of professional services and technology, that we have the talent and we have the education and the workforce to fill those positions, and we need to work on attracting those industries to Douglas County. The work of Peaslee Tech is a fabulous piece that the county has partnered with, county, city, and other entities have partnered with to make Peaslee Tech a great economic driver in our community for living wage jobs, for retraining people. They have a program at the moment that still has some capacity for people to come in free of charge to retrain for careers in a variety of positions. We also have the BTBC, the Bioscience Technology and Business Center, which is kind of an unsung hero in our community as an economic driver, for putting us back in the playing field for bringing in higher tech jobs and companies and starting them here that will have the loyalty and want to stay here. We also have a responsibility for our housing industry, that we, in terms of the city and county working through what our annexation policies are going to be. You know, we talked about it with the comprehensive plan, and that conversation is very far from over. The Planning Commission had tagged that as the first round of discussion to be had, and then COVID shut us down where we were only doing essential business. But annexation policy will have to be figured out so that we are providing market rate housing, so that we're not squeezing our affordable housing any more than we have to. So the county gets to work on a variety of levels there with economic development, and I hope that the Chamber will continue to be a strong partner with that. Thank you.
Well, again, I've been at this listening for about 5 or 6 weeks now, so I might not have all the details of what some of the others have shared, but I would say that I understand that the county should provide leadership and vision to, first and foremost, that brings the city, the townships, the county, the private sector all together and develop not just a vision, but a strategy, a holistic vision and strategy that compels all people to be a part of making Douglas County thrive. So that requires collaboration and working, to listen and understand why we seem to have resistance and obstructions to growth, and where is that from? So that's something that I have seen, like I said, that's something that's felt in our community, I think, from people, and it's not clear, why it's there. So just understanding how other relationships and other things work, I think that's going to require people giving up their, some of their power for the greater good. It's going to require people coming together and, looking at, what are the self-serving things that we have to get to a better place of being more concerned about the common good than maybe our individual agendas. And so at the heart of it, I think that's what it's about, is working towards that end.
So this is a great question, and I just would say that Douglas County has really worked hard to be collaborative in all of our community's efforts at economic development. We team well with the Chamber of Commerce, also with KU and the City of Florence and the State Department of Commerce. There's really a long track record with Douglas County in working collaboratively with partners locally and across the state. I want to applaud the Chamber for your work at Venture Park. I know that Plasticon is going to move into the Van Trust building. Yay. They're a real success story. We've all invested in Plasticon when they were brand new and just a small company here, and their growth is amazing, and it's a real model for us going forward and how we can grow small enterprise, large corporate enterprise, but small presence in our community, and grow them into a large facility with a large staff. Also, thanks to Hugh Carter and the work of the Chamber, we have a workforce training center that is just breaking all projections. Peasley Tech is just a gem for our community and a godsend. It's starting with 0 students and a little hope of staying afloat in the beginning. It now sports more than 1,000 students, more and more registering every year, and hundreds of courses, both in person and online. And Kevin Kelly is doing a phenomenal job leading that organization. And like I said, it's just it's a necessary part of our future if we want to bring in industry and new jobs and a broader tax base. So thank you, Hugh. Wow. The VTBC is our high-tech hope for the future, and it is also breaking all projections. It has helped start dozens of high-tech new businesses. It has created over 300 high-tech, high-wage jobs. And it has a payroll of about $27 million, and about to break ground on phase 3, a 3rd building, and already talking about phase 4, 5, and 6. So it is really an extremely important part of our economic development effort. And again, it's a model of how powerful collaboration is. KU, City of Florence, Chamber of Commerce, Douglas County, researchers, all at the table doing just marvelous things in bioscience. And that's what our community is really good with. And the e-community program for our small communities, Baldwin City, Eudora, Lecompton, they have new businesses in their downtowns that are really core to the lifeblood of those communities, and that's something that the county's done as well.